Oh yeah, exactly.
Any sugar?
Orúkọ yín?
Okay, orúkọ mi ni David Nowola. David Nowola, and we represent entertainment community.
Okay. All right.
Under the auspices of TNK Music Worldwide.
Okay. Báwo lẹ ṣe rí ìgbẹ́jọ́ tòní yìí sí? Kí ló wáyé? Báwo ló ṣe lọ sí?
First off, I need witnesses méjì, someone say court lẹ́yìn. And first off, court was able to take that evidence of Time Boy. He gave his whole evidence, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń mọ̀ nípa matter yẹn, gave it, which is very helpful towards the role of the coroner inquest court, towards the fact-finding role of the coroner inquest court. And also, most importantly, the much-awaited pathologist and the autopsy report came up today. And were able to, shed light, pathologist was able to shed light on the report itself, albeit the report was death unascertained. However, one thing that was noted is the fact that the death was unascertained because of the level of decomposition that has happened. And so at that point in time, he could not have detected several other things that could have been detectable ordinarily. So, but as it stands, it doesn't mean that the role of the coroner inquest court has expired, because the autopsy report was supposed to be one of the several other evidence that would help the court in its fact-finding role. So we have other evidence, oral evidence of other respondents, and these are things that will be considered and will be analyzed by the court. That's a move verdict to a Komuwa ní inú matter yìí.
Ipa wo lẹ rò pé irú àbọ̀ ìwádìí tí ẹni tó ṣàyẹ̀wò sí òkú yẹn, àbọ̀ ìwádìí tó mú wáyé tó ní wọn ò rí kókó ohun tó pa Mohbad, ipa wo lẹ rò pé ó máa ní lórí àwọn olólùfẹ́ Mohbad, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àtàràlù tí wọ́n ń retí ìdájọ́ òdodo lórí ikú yìí?
No, unfortunately, the fact that remains that it has not been compromised. The autopsy report is yet expose the fact that the death is undetermined. Does not mean that the fact-finding role of the court has been compromised. No, there are two things. That's why I said, aside reporting, other variables were before the court for the court to analyze the matter itself and to come up with its fact-finding verdict. There are other things. So, the report will show before the pathologist gave his report, he mentioned that sometimes a percentage of 2 to 3%. There's a percentage of 2 to 3% that sometimes reports might be uncertain due to factors not within the control of the state of the pathologist, but factors, especially when he specifically stated that factors that had to do with the composition of the body. He's mentioned the body organs could have been taken between 12 to 24 hours. 12 to 24 hours, and could have, if it was exhumed at that point in time, the report could have shown evidence, because the body would not have decomposed. But you cannot help an unbound body that decomposed, and it's science. It's science. So it does not vitiate, or it render the effort or the ongoing coroner inquest invalid. It doesn't.
Nǹkan bí oṣù mẹ́jọ ló ti ń kọjá lọ báyìí ní ẹ̀yìn tí Mohbad ti kú. Ǹjẹ́ yín rò pé àkókò tó gùn jọ̀rọ̀jọ̀rọ̀ yìí tí ìwádìí sì ń lọ lọ́wọ́ tí ò tí ì sí ìgbẹ́jọ́, ǹjẹ́ rò pé èèyàn lè mọ̀ káràlú ní wọ́n sọ ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí?
There is a process. The legal process is a process. It is not an automatic thing. It is a process and a procedure that has to be followed. So, contrary to what people expect, we will not just come to court today and get judgment tomorrow. There's a process. So people should learn to wait for the process and trust in the process. There's no need going back and forth and having disbelief in a process that you want judgment to come out from. So I just want to let the public know the matter is still ongoing, and we are tilting towards the end. We are making progress by the day. The pathologist has come today. It has removed the fact that we have not heard anything about the report, like people have been saying before now. The report has been given. The fact that the report did not show anything does not remove the fact that the report has been given. It's fact.
Okay. Kan náà àwọn tó tún fẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wá lẹ́nu wò ní prime boy tó súnmọ́ olóògbé tímọ́tímọ́ kí lè rí sí àwọn ẹ̀rí tó jẹ́ ní kóòtù lẹ́nìí jó pèsè ẹ̀rí tàbí ìrànlọ́wọ́ kan jẹ́rí kókó kan dìmú náà tó sọ.
It's very explanatory and it's very elucidating too. Torí pé ó ti fún wa ní much more insight because we have had several other respondents before the court. His testimonies to have come to corroborate some of the facts that have been spoken, that have been given before, and has come to also puncture some of the facts that have been presented before the court. And I said something. All of this evidence are subject to analysis by the court. It's all before the court. The court is a court of record. So all of these things are records before the court. So at the point that the coroner inquest court will give its verdict, all of these factors will be considered. And yes, some of his testimonies have shed more light. Light in the sense that he has come to say he is a witness to the fact that he said to the injury that was sustained. And he's saying that there was no injury sustained while he was there. Because he was the person directly involved. So a lot of things all of these facts will be subject to, of course, has been subject to cross-examination, and much more fact has been elicited from the witness. So all of this, we are moving forward. It's a progressing, and we are tilting towards the conclusion of the matter itself.
So lédè mi ẹ ronú pé káwọn èèyàn sì nígbàgbọ́ nínú bí ìgbẹ́jọ́ ìṣe ń lọ pé wọ́n á rí ìdájọ́ òdodo.
It's a process. Yes, it's a process, and the process is the court said it too. I'm sure that the press people know but when the court said it, the court is a court of process, and the court is doing all it can for justice to be achieved.
Lónìí ó dàbẹ̀ ni pé adájọ́ yẹn ó le díẹ̀ nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ kò tún gba àwọn ìbéèrè kan wọlé ṣé.
Okay.
So ìṣàlàyé wà adájọ́ yẹn ní orí àga lónìí báwo ló ṣe rí.
It's a normal process before the court has to be astute. The court has to be astute when it comes to this discharge of his duty, without any form of sentiment. And I think that's what played out today. Astute in discharge of our duties, without sentiment. And I don't think it's a normal disposition before the court. If we are used to being before the court, we understand that this is a court situation to be straight and to be fair, especially in a matter as sensitive as this nature. The court has to be very, very astute when discharging his duties.
Tí ilé ẹjọ́ tó ń ṣèwádìí parí ìwádìí tiwọn kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tó tún kàn ní ìlànà òfin.
Yes, the verdict will be submitted, and if need be, that persons will be charged with the high court. Sure, it would. It continues. It's a continuous process. It's a process. It's a continuous process.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, nípa àwọn items tí wọ́n ní nínú ìgbàgbọ́n ìdí Mohbad, what do you have to say about it?
Ṣé àwọn òkúta yẹn?
Òkúta àwọn items.
Okay, well, the pathologist being a witness during the exhumation process mentioned that they saw a very heavy stone on the very heavy òkúta lórí tomb first, but it took them about 3 to 4 hours to remove the stones. When they also exhumed the body, they saw a very heavy stone on the coffin too. So he said he doesn't understand what it means. But he just stated what he saw. That's all. He has been in the process of exhumation for a very long time, and he said this is the first time he has seen such. That's all I can say about it.
Orúkọ yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
David Nowola, representing the entertainment community.
Okay.
Thank you very much.